Cass' daily allowance is 200 pesos. She spends 60 pesos for snacks. This is 30% of her daily allowance. Based on the word problem that we have, 30% of 200 pesos is 60 pesos. So, yung 30%, ang tawag doon ay rate. Ang 200 pesos, that is the base, at yung 60 pesos naman, yun yung tinatawag nating percentage. Okay, I have here Tekan's triangle. Kung mapapansin nyo sa Tekan's triangle, it is divided into 3. Merong part ng P, may part ng R, and B. P is for percentage, R is for rate, and B is for base. Ngayon, dito tayo sa Tekan's triangle titingin para malaman natin yung formula sa pagkuha ng percentage, ng rate, at ng base. So, to get the percentage, ang formula natin is rate times base. To get the rate, ang formula is percentage divided by base. At to get the base, ang formula is percentage divided by rate. What is percentage? So, percentage is the amount that represents a part of a whole. Okay, so uunahin nating hanapin ngayon is percentage. What is the formula in finding the percentage? So, to find the percentage, a formula is percentage is equivalent to rate times base. Alin ba ang rate at alin ba ang base? Yung rate, ito yung number compared to 100. It usually has either a percent sign or a word percent. So, yung nakikita nyo dyang number na may percent sign, that is what we've called the rate. Imo-multiply natin siya sa base. Alin yung base? Yung base yung number na nagre-represent sa whole or the entire amount. Okay? So, imo-multiply lang natin ang rate at ang base for us to get the percentage. Okay, unahin natin ang paghanap or pagkuha ng percentage. In finding the percentage, meron tayo ditong example. So, yung sample natin is 75% of 60. So, 75% of 60 is equivalent to N. Anong gagawin doon sa 75%? I-convert nyo siya into decimal. You just move 2 decimal places to the left. So, yung 75% magiging 0.75. Then, multiply it by 60. The answer is N. Ano? So, 0.75 times 60 equals N. So, pag minultiply natin yung 0.75 at yung 60, the answer will be 45. So, N is equivalent to 45. Yung hinahanap nating percentage, that is 45. So, naintindihan? Okay, another sample. We have here sample number 2. Find 20% of 50. So, again, 20% will be converted into decimal. So, 20% magiging 0.20. Then, multiply it by the base, which is 50. So, 0.20 times 50 equals N. So, multiply na natin yung 0.20 tsaka 50. So, 0.20 times 50, the answer is 40. So, our percentage here for example number 2 is 40. For your activity, please answer learning task number 1 on your notebook, and that is on page 15. Notebooks will be passed after answering learning task number 1. Pakidala na lang po sa aking classroom ng notebook. Now, let's proceed in finding the rate. So, let's have samples. For example, we have 3 is what percent of 60? So let's make a number sentence for 3 is what percent of 60. That will be n% of 60 is equivalent to 3. N% is rate, 60 is base, and 3 is percentage. Okay, let's compute. So n% times 60 is equivalent to 3. So n% will be over 100. Bakit over 100? Because ang whole ay 100%. So, n% over 100 times 60 is equivalent to 3. So, i-multiply natin ngayon yung 60%, yung n% saka yung 60. That will be 60n is equivalent to 3. Tapos, itong 100, i-move natin dun sa kabilang side. I-multiply natin siya by the product, which is 3. So, 60n equals 3 times 100. That will be 60n equals 300. Then, after natin masagutan yun ng ganon, i-divide na natin siya by the number na kasama ni n, which is 60. So, 60n equals 300. Now, it will be 60n over 60 is equivalent to 300 over 60. So, let's do cancellation. 60n over 60, the answer is n. Then, 300 divided by 60, the answer is 5 or 5%. Okay, another sample. 10 is what percent of 20? Again, let's convert it into number sentence. So this will be n% of 20 is equivalent to 10. N% is the rate, 20 is their base, and 10 is our percentage. Let's proceed. N% times 20 is equivalent to 10. Now, n% will be over 100 times 20 equals 10. So, that will be 20n. Saan ang galing yung 20n? Yung n%, i-multiply ko siya sa 20. Kaya naging 20n is equivalent to 10 times 100. Saan ang galing yung 100? Doon sa over 100 ng n. Then, this will be 20n is equivalent to 10 times 100. Then, divide both sides by 20. So, 20n over 20 is equivalent to 1,000 over 20. So, 20 divided by 20, 20n divided by 20, the answer will be n. Then, 1,000 over 20, the answer is 50 or 50%. Okay, let's try to answer this one. Find the rate. Write your answer in your notebook. Okay, now we're done with finding the percentage and finding the rate. Now let's proceed in finding the base. So, for example, we have here 20% of n is equivalent to 8. So, yung 20%, that is the rate, n is our base, and 8 is the percentage. Compute na natin. So, 20% of n is equivalent of 8. Ngayon, yung 20%, i-convert natin siya sa decimal. At kapag yung percent kinonvert natin sa decimal, we're just going to move two decimal places to the left. So 20% will be 0.20. Then times n is equivalent to 8. So 0.20 n is equivalent to 8. Saan ang galing yung 0.20 n? Minultiply yung 0.20 by n. So pinagsama lang sila. Naging 0.20 n is equivalent to 8. Then, divide both sides by 0.20. So, 0.20 n over 0.20, the answer will be n. Then, 8 over 0.20, the answer is 40. So, our base here is 40. That is the answer. Okay, so let's solve. 8% of n is equivalent to 50. So, convert ulit natin yung 8% into decimal. Move two places to the left. So, 8% will be 0.08. Multiply by n is equivalent to 50. So, that will be 0.08 n equals 50. Then divide both sides by 0.08. That will be 0.08 of 0.08 n over 0.08 is equivalent to 50 over 0.08. So let's divide. 0.08 n over 0.08, the answer is n. Then 50 over 0.08, that will be 620. 625. So n is equivalent to 625. Our base will be 625. Okay, so let's solve. 8% of n is equivalent to 50. So convert ulit natin yung 8% into decimal. Move 2 places to the left. So 8% will be 0.08. Multiply by n is equivalent to 50. So that will be 0.08 n equals 50. Then divide both sides by 0.08. That will be 0.08 of 0.08 n over 0.08 is equivalent to 50 over 0.08. So let's divide. 0.08 n over 0.08, the answer is n. Then 50 over 0.08, that will be 625. So n is equivalent to 625. Our base will be 625. For our activity, please answer learning task number 2 on your notebook on page 16.